Hi, this is Norm with Guitar Channel 7. Today we're going to be talking about bar chords. Bar chords are somewhat difficult, especially when you're starting. But what we want to do today is show you a few things that you can do to practice so that bar chords won't be so difficult for you. The first thing you want to do is what we've discussed before. Find yourself a guitar that's easy to play. If you have a guitar with the strings that are really far away from the fretboard, it's going to make it all the more difficult for you to play a bar chord and other chords. So make sure that the guitar that you choose is easy to play. Have it adjusted if you needed to. The other thing that you want to do is you can always tune your guitar down. For example, I've got this one tuned to A440. Here's an E in A440. Alright, now I've got another guitar here that's tuned down a half step. And so here's what it sounds like. And you can hear the difference. It's lower, it's got more bass, but it also is easier to play the bar chord. So you can always start out with your strings tuned down, and then it'll make it easier for you to play. The other thing you want to do is, which I'll show you shortly, is some hand strengthening exercises so that you will be able to hold your hand in position without getting all kinds of pain. And also, along with that, there's a device that I used to use, don't use it any longer, and it is called a hand grip. This is what it looks like. Now, years ago, when I was growing up, I used to use this all the time to strengthen my forearm so that I could hold on to chords. This used to come in two colors, red and blue. The red one is a lot more difficult to squeeze than the blue one. So if you can, get a blue one, or get one that's not too hard to squeeze. This one here is kind of hard to squeeze. I don't use it. I just don't have any interest in using it. But that will strengthen your hand as well. So if you want to do that, what I used to do is I used to squeeze this until my forearm got really sore, and then I would do some exercises on the guitar. And I go all the way up and down the neck, and my hand would just be killing me. Then I would stop and I would do some hand grips again, and then I'd go up and down again, and until my arm was just, I couldn't do anything. But that gave me a very strong left hand so that I could hold on to bar chords real simply. Okay, so now I'm going to show you a bar chord. What you want to do, the reason why it's called a bar chord, is you take your index finger and you place it right across. Let's use a G chord, since we've showed you a G in open strings. Now we're going to do a bar chord in G. Alright, so you want to take your index finger and place it right across the fret, the third fret, 1, 2, 3. Alright, now in order to make this easier, you don't want to put your finger in the middle of the fret. That'll necessitate you to have to push it down harder. So you want to get it almost on top of the fret, and by doing that you will have very little pressure to exert, and it'll be easier for you to play. The next finger you're going to use is going to be your third finger, and you're going to put that on the fifth string, the A string, and on the fifth fret. Then you're going to take your fourth finger and place it on the D string on the fifth fret. Then you're going to take your second finger and you're going to place it on the third string on the fourth fret. And then the bottom two strings, 2 and 1, are going to be held down by your first finger. So you hold that all together, and there's your bar chord. Now you can move that anywhere and you'll have the same thing. What I mean by the same thing is that you'll have a chord. So here's a G, there's an A, there's a C, there's a B, there's a D, back to the G, and there's an F. So if you learn to play this, you could literally play all up and down the neck using that, and you wouldn't have to learn other chords. But of course nobody does that, but just to let you know. Now a bar chord is really a repetition of, well, that particular bar chord is a repetition of the E that I showed you at the beginning. So all that you're doing is you're moving every finger up one fret, and then this bar becomes your finger. And then you just move it wherever you want to from there. Alright? Now, I'm going to show you some exercises that you can do to strengthen your hand. So what you're going to do is keep your finger flat on the 3rd fret, and then you're going to take your 3rd finger and go to the 5th fret on every string all the way down and then back up. I'm going to do it slowly, and so you can see. You can do 3 fingers. You can do, and keep your 1st finger flat all the way across. So you're going to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let me get a little closer so you can see that. All right. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's a good workout for your hand. It'll keep your fingers getting stronger and will help you to play bar chords. Because once you do that, then you play a bar chord after, it seems like it's easy. So you're going to strengthen up your finger muscles. You can do 4, like I showed you before. I can do, or used to do, all 4. You can do the same thing and practice that. Like I said, I used to go all the way up and down the neck with that, but that's a good strengthening exercise for your left hand. And as far as today's lesson goes, it's going to be a short one, and what we've just shared is going to be it. So practice those bar chords, and we'll show you a different variation of a bar chord next time. Take care and enjoy your playing.